the squirrel lived in a tall oak tree at the edge of the forest. It wasn't just any tree, it was her home, her castle, and her treasure chest all in one. Inside the hollow of the tree, Maya had made a cozy little nest out of twigs, soft moss, and leaves that smelled fresh and earthy. She loved her home, but most of all, Maya loved what she kept inside it, her collection. Maya had a big collection of shiny, sparkly, and curious little things. Other squirrels collected nuts, acorns, and seeds for the winter, but Maya collected things that caught her eye, things that made her heart jump with excitement. There was a smooth glass marble she once found near the picnic tables by the park. It shone in the sunlight like a tiny rainbow trapped inside. Then there was a silver button that had fallen from a child's jacket. To Maya, it looked like a tiny moon. She had a bottle cap, a piece of foil that glimmered like treasure, a golden bead, and even a very small bell that chimed when she nudged it with her paw. Every evening, after running around the forest and leaping from branch to branch, Maya would return to her oak tree and look through her collection. She would arrange and rearrange the items, lining them up in rows, stacking them in little towers, or just sitting quietly to admire the way the light danced on their shiny surfaces. This, she would say proudly to herself, is the most wonderful collection in the whole world. But even though Maya adored her collection, sometimes she wondered if it was enough. Maybe tomorrow I'll find something even shinier, she thought. Something so special that it will be the best treasure I've ever owned. And so, one bright spring morning, Maya decided to go treasure hunting. She scurried down the trunk of her oak tree, her fluffy tail flicking with excitement. The forest was waking up around her. Birds chirped happily, the grass swayed gently in the breeze, and the sunlight filtered through the leaves, sprinkling the ground with golden patches. Maya began her search. First, she found a patch of wildflowers. They were bright yellow and pink, and the petals sparkled with dew. She leaned closer, thinking perhaps she could pick one to add to her collection. But when she touched a petal with her paw, it bent and broke. Maya sighed. Flowers are beautiful, but they don't last. My collection needs something that will stay shiny forever, so she continued her search. Not long after, she came to the river. The water sparkled in the sunlight, and tiny fish darted just below the surface, their scales flashing like silver coins. Maya's whiskers twitched. Maybe I can catch a fish for my collection, she thought. She dipped her paw into the water, but the fish were far too quick for her. Splash! They darted away, leaving ripples and glittery waves behind. Maya giggled. Well, at least I tried. But fish are better off in the river. I'll find something else. Further into the forest, Maya spotted something unusual at the foot of a tree. It was round, smooth, and very shiny. Her heart leapt. Treasure, she whispered, and she rushed to pick it up. It was a coin, probably dropped by a human walking through the forest path. The coin gleamed in the sunlight, and Maya gasped with delight. Oh, this is perfect for my collection. She held it tightly in her paws, her eyes wide with joy. It's even shinier than the marble. But just then, she heard a small rustling nearby. Out from the bushes hopped a little bird, a robin with bright red feathers on its chest. The robin looked at the coin, then back at Maya. Oh dear, said the robin softly, that coin belongs to the humans. They use it to buy food. I saw the child who dropped it. They were very sad when they couldn't find it again. Maya's tail drooped. She hadn't thought about that. She had only seen the shine, not the meaning behind it. Maybe I shouldn't keep this one, Maya whispered, feeling a little guilty. The robin tilted its head kindly. You have such sharp eyes, Maya. You'll find plenty of treasures, but perhaps the kindest treasure is one you give back. Maya thought about it. Then, with a little sigh, she carried the coin to the edge of the forest, where she knew the humans would return. She placed it carefully on the path, hoping the child would find it. On her way back home, Maya felt a little disappointed. She had wanted to add the coin to her collection so badly, but as she climbed up her oak tree, she noticed something. All around her, the forest glimmered in its own way. The leaves shone with drops of dew. A spider web sparkled like silver threads in the sunlight. The river glittered as it flowed. Even the robin's red feathers had shone like fire. Maybe, Maya thought slowly, the world itself is a kind of collection. A collection too big to fit in my tree. That evening, Maya sat in her nest and looked at her treasures. She still loved them, the marble, the button, the bead, and the bell. But now she felt something new. She remembered the flower's softness, the fish's shiny scales, the robin's feathers, and the kindness she had felt when she gave back the coin. She realized her greatest treasures weren't just the shiny things she kept in her tree. Her real treasures were the memories of her adventures, the beauty she noticed around her, and the friends she met along the way. Maya smiled. She picked up the little bell and rang it softly, listening to its sweet sound. This collection is wonderful, she whispered, but my biggest collection will always be in my heart. And with that, Maya curled up in her mossy nest, her fluffy tail wrapped around her, and drifted off to sleep. Her dreams that night were filled with sparkles not just of shiny treasures, but of laughter, kindness, and all the little things that made the world bright.